Let's do this.
Masters versus Masters. This is gonna be great. I don't know why I did that voice. I have no fucking idea.
Scary, accurately stereotypical voice.
I have no idea why I went for that voice, but guys, here we are with regular voices, regular announcements, spawning here in the top right corner of the map, playing for oGaming. It is our blue Terran player, Zan.
And to keep it in my normal voice and be very boring, in the lower left-hand corner from Clarity Gaming, we have the light blue KiFirE!
Why does your normal voice have to sound like he's wicked depressed, man? It's like, I guess life's not worth living, so I'll just introduce this guy and then probably go hang myself when I'm done. What the hell was that?
That's not a very guaranteed way. I mean, if you're gonna do it, you gotta commit. But hopping back over to this, KiFirE apparently is a pure macro player, so we might be in for a long one, guys. His self-given moniker is Macro Toss. He's been around NA for about 3 years, played in MLG main stage early on in Wings of Liberty. His Pokemon analogy given to us courtesy of Triss, it is Moltres.
Okay, I was like, where are we gonna get the Pokemon on this one, man?
So, that's interesting. I don't quite see that because I don't really necessarily remember Moltres. I remember the photo, but
Moltres was a legendary Firebird Pokemon, or
right.
Come on, get your
I
stuff together, man.
The image, and I actually did just say photo, which is stupid, but
I'm an old man, and I enjoy photographs
of imaginary things. Anyway, Zan is also apparently a standard player.
Wait,
he's a long-term player as well.
You can't call Pokemon imaginary. They might be fictional, they might not be real, but they're not imaginary, Ord.
What? Wasn't there one of them in Imagination Land?
There probably was. I'm just nitpicking for the sake of it.
And actually, it's kind of interesting because Zan, apparently the scouting information for him is that he is very bland. He doesn't really do anything particularly special. And KiFirE being the macro toss, split map, here we come.
Well, SCV going to scout the North, Reaper going to scout the South, and both of them are going to be wrong as what's cross spawns. Now, this map is not cross only. I wish it was. I think that'd be a good version of this map, but it's very easy to miss scout, and that seems to be what's going to be happening here.
Everybody just hanging out on the top portion there. This coffee is good.
Nom nom nom. But yeah, well, we're at a bit of an impasse here waiting, guys. If you'll notice at the top of the stream, we're streaming on the Quantic Gaming team officially now, so we're getting very close to getting something set up. Now, I'm not going to be too vague, but I'm not going to give away too much information either. We're not currently officially assimilated into Quantic Gaming just yet, or will be necessarily in the future, but we are working with them to get the partnership / at least transcoding options available for the channel, so you guys can start enjoying the stream in less than 720p if you are suffering those lag problems.
Yeah, and I definitely am a consistent viewer on mobile devices, whether it be like my iPad or Kindle Fire or smartphone. So I'm excited about that because I try and tune in to whenever we're live, and I have to miss it sometimes, which is kind of lame. I like this community. I like all of you people in chat. Even the ones it's your first time. I like you.
Oh, hang on, Ord. We had like the sneakiest ninja James Bond Reaper go in behind everything, and will he get out? Probably not. It will be close.
Oh! Mother!
He gets out alive! Yeah, he went in through the bottom, he hugged the railing, he came all the way in. Let's see what he saw. He saw just about everything. Of course, the sad thing is when you go that quick with a Reaper, you don't get to really click on your opponent's gas. You can't see whether it's been 3-on-3 the entire time or not. Yeah. And really, gas is what tells Protoss players tech path. I mean, he doesn't know that it's Robo, but he also doesn't know that it's not Dark Shrine or Stargate or anything like that. So he's going to have to go back in, sacrifice the Reaper, or burn a scan, because you need to know what your Protoss opponent is doing, especially when they've got a sneaky pylon already on the northern part of the map. You might not know about it, but it's still there.
Yeah, and actually with the orbital on the high ground here, I really think KiFirE could get away with. I mean, he hasn't saturated his natural expansion at all. He's not doing anything with it so far, but he could just set up a third. Honestly,
Ord,
this map is huge.
Some like a Terran player in this game might call this pylon imaginary. He can't see it. He doesn't know it doesn't exist, but it's still there. I'm sorry, that was terrible. I regretted it immediately. But coming across the field with a really nice push here, but there's already an observer on the way. If there was no observer, this would have been amazing. But what's currently here is not gonna be afraid of these Marines at all.
What do you think the relationship is between Marines and Widow Mines? Is a Widow Mine like kind of a mechanical dog for a Marine, do you think?
I think Widow Mine is like both the best and worst thing that could happen to a Marine. Because sometimes it'll save you, but sometimes it'll splash damage and kill your Marine.
Very true, we got the photon overcharge that goes down.
Oh!
Nice!
The Widow Mine hit in those Marines.
Guardian shield was popped, but didn't quite get in close enough, and now the Marines are just gonna go home.
Oh, they're not. They're gonna die to the Stalkers. They're a little bit faster, but still, that was a nice snipe off of that Mothership Core. Not only did it force the overcharge, which was kind of whatever if you couldn't kill the Mothership Core, but now there's no Mothership Core, so no recall on this push. We're also gonna have no photon overcharge if Zion had to follow up to this with another push.
Oh my goodness, I did not know that was a thing. Actually, sorry, I just got distracted by chat because apparently you can right-click on it and set the quality to low if 720 is giving you any issues, guys. You can also set it to medium as well.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I had no idea about that.
Not quite transcoding, but apparently it's easier on your internet connection, so hey. Here we come in now.
Forward.
Second and third bunker are on the way. They're not quite finished
up.
Oh,
nice force fields
there. Can target down the bunker, kills it easily. Marines are out front. They really want to get into that bunker, but
second
it's not
bunker's
quite
coming
done
up
yet.
though. Third one finishes up now as well, and Zion's gonna hold on to this. There's not enough energy to bust these other two bunkers just yet. Oh man, if we can get a siege tank or something, Zion's gonna lock himself into the perfect defense, but he's got a medevac. He might want to try and drop behind this, but he's got to be very careful. He doesn't know where the Protoss army is residing, and the worst thing you can do is boost over 5 stalkers with a medevac.
That would be rough. Man, the middle of this map is weird.
Yeah, the watchtower's got those jagged sort of plus sign thing. But the Reaper is on the other side of the map, so he just moved it forward. It'd be great if you could sneak that in and go for a scout, but the stalkers are positioned in such a way that that's not going to happen.
Third base already on the way, and we're just at the 10-minute mark. And that's for our Protoss player, KiFirE. Zahn does have his third command center on the way, but it's going to be on the high ground. Probably be up there for a bit, because he's going to make an orbital, drop a couple of mules with it, and then he's going to move it down. But, ooh, this Reaper is going to pay for himself. Does find out that the third base is there, and I think that means that we're going to see this whole force is on direct straight towards it. Yep, they're beelining their way.
This is a timing that where it can still be canceled. So he's got to be careful. Like, if he waits a couple of seconds, he risks his opponent having stuff to deal with his army, but if he goes in right now, it might just cancel, and it's not that great of a pickoff.
The observer was able to see it there, though. Cancellation probably should go down.
There we go. Just barely 2-ord.
Oh, so good, too, because he forced the bio units to stay.
Oh, but no boost!
Hits a couple of force fields and kills that medevac. So nice there. Well played by KiFirE.
That was such an awkward boost out. He did a bit of a zigzag. Wasn't sure if he had picked up all the units or not. And that sucks, man. He lost every single unit. But he would have if he didn't pick up either way. So, I mean, it's a risk. He took it. Didn't really work out for him. Not a big deal.
And now we have Colossi continuing to be on the way from KiFirE. He's also chrono boosting out that extended thermal lance. But I still think it's kind of a defensive maneuver.
Well, I want to point out, KiFire's got this observer in the perfect spot. He's seen everything that's been coming out of the base the entire time. So he might not know where the attack's going to come down, but look at him. He's already positioning his army over to the right side of the map because he knows it's not coming from the north.
You know, it's hard to tell. If there was a scan there, is that in range of the Widow Mine? It's like right above that line.
It should be. It should be. But anyways, Marauders and Medevacs coming here in too few numbers. There's 2 Colossus with this. There's just no way for Simon to take this fight, and yeah, boosting out is definitely the right decision.
What's the quickest way to get away from this?
Yeah.
And he actually is gonna kind of do a little bit of a U-turn, and he's gonna find a pretty soft main base if that's where he decides to go. However, KiFirE
he could bring the Reaper with him too if he wanted to. This is going to be great if he pops off. If he can pick off before the Thermal Lance completes Sword.
Oh my goodness,
It's going to be close. We got the recall going off. He's not focused, firing it down. It finished. It finished just barely in time. Oh man, if Zahn had picked that off, that would have been a great advantage to him, because now KiFirE is able to push. Without that Thermal Lance, you never want to push with Colossus, no matter how many you have.
Reaper's pretty glad he didn't join in on that. He's still hanging out.
Coward.
Now the choice is Blink for KiFirE, who has that third base established, finally transferred over the probes that he wanted to, but not as early as it would have been. I mean, that cancellation actually was totally worth it, because Zahn now has his third base fully established. He's muling off of it, looking at the income rate. Zahn's winning right now because of the mules.
Upgrades, though, still fairly even, so both players making their way to 2-2, but Blink is going to be on the way here, and as soon as Blink's out, he's going to be able to start pushing with those Colossi. The big scary thing is, of course, you don't push because you don't want to be caught by that Viking sort of hit squad. And I gotta tell you, Ward, like this, well, Zahn's been kind of throwing his units away, not doing too much. He's been keeping up the supply, but really, as a Bio-Terran player, you want to kind of have a lot of units on the field. Something that Zahn is only just now getting underway. And we actually have Storm as the follow-up to this, so even if those Colossus go down, there's still going to be plenty of area of effect to deal with this Bio.
We actually have ship weapons on the way as well, in case there's going to be any kind of Phoenix, or just to take out the Colossi.
I'm not in favor of this. I think it's a lot better for Terran players to go for the armor, so you can take those couple extra hits from the Stalkers, because they will be there to zone you out. And I mean, having an extra 2 damage on your attacks versus being able to take an extra 2 shots. Sometimes it's the shots. Well, more often than not, taking extra shots is a lot better for your damage.
We're talking about your health?
Yeah, the Vikings taking an extra couple hits because of the armor upgrades is what I'm saying, opposed to having the weapon upgrades.
It was a pun about drinking and taking shots.
Oh, okay. Clever word, I didn't catch that. But okay, we got the army postured here in a really nice position. It's not going to be here in time to intercept this, but it will be able to react very quickly. And the Vikings are picking off the observers. Really nice. Yeah. About time. Ghost finally
trying to blink forward. He really does want to catch this little force, but oh, the little tiny dropship would have been able to get up here and do quite a little bit of damage.
Actually, he circumvents the cannon.
Bypass the cannon. Great idea there. Kills several probes, and should probably leave without. Whoa. Okay.
Well,
I'm surprised that was the choice.
Forces it out. I mean, whatever. If he could have got it, that would have been really nice, but Zan now, he's going to be able to push. The Ghosts are going to pop, I think, a little bit just after the Mobius reactor. I think it was timed perfectly. No, actually, they're going to pop like 3 seconds before it finishes, I think. Yeah, so they're not going to have that extra energy to EMP immediately, but the other ones will. Just not those first couple that came out. But either way, Ghosts now on the field, this is great because, of course, EMPs work well on everything. They're especially good on those Templar. It takes away their energy, but of course, it also strips Protoss of their shields. And while, I mean, Colossus, if you can instantly strip 150 shields instead of having to volley Vikings at them, that's going to be really nice for a Terran player.
Yeah, and these ults can be taken care of pretty easy. They do manage to kill a couple Marines, though, which doesn't feel too good. Probably hallucinated Phoenix.
Oh, God.
This
pylon is still here. I was like, where did they warp in from? Because I assumed he would have taken out this pylon, but this pylon's been here since, like, minute 4 of the game, guys. That is ridiculous.
It's been around a while. Zahn with some really nice scans so far. He's clearly aware of what KiFirE likes to do as far as movement across the map.
Nice blink forward. Snipes off a Ghost. 2 Ghosts, even.
It's kind of a big deal. He needs those EMPs to land on top of all these sentries.
That medevac. Taking the wrong path, man.
Rough day for him. But so, let's take a look here at the overall unit composition. We've got 6 medevacs, 7 Vikings, 27 Marauders, 18 Marines, and 8 Ghosts. All for
man, the Ghosts are still being sniped off here. He's got a lot more. It's not a big deal. He's got more to back this up, but he can't afford to be losing these Ghosts when there's this many Templar on the field.
Yeah, so far there are 5 Templar, the Mothership Core. Only 4 Sentries are left now. 14 Stalkers, 4 Colossi, and a random Immortals thrown in there, but 30 Zealots. So this whole force really can probably take the brunt of this damage as long as the EMPs
Right, but these Templar are full energy. It's going to require 2 EMPs each to drain them.
Oh, here we go. Colossi doing a lot of damage. Zealots getting right on top of the Marauders. Vikings are getting killed pretty quickly.
Way too many charge lots here.
Very nice. Oh, another storm up on the high ground. Actually, a ton of damage being done on Stalkers and the Zealots there.
But I want to point out, Ord, these Templar are all still pretty much full energy. Whatever comes out behind this is going to be Bio, and Bio, of course, very susceptible to storms. This is looking very grim here for Zahn.
Oh, he's repairing that.
Oh, those storms.
Right on top of the SCVs. Everything just disintegrating. GG, well played. KiFirE with the victory.